That is some aggressive typing. Are you angry? Are you typing a stern letter to someone?
I've always typed like that.
That is aggressive as shit.
I think, you know where I learned that at? Computer class in high school.
To type aggressively?
The buttons were so like I always learned to like push hard on the buttons.
Oh, I got you.
And I used to type on my mom's typewriter, and you had to. I always typed like this. I was typing the other day at work, and one of the customers was like, "Jesus Christ, are you mad at your computer?" And I was like, "No,
but seriously, yeah. You know, the first law firm that I worked at actually had typewriters.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Were you like,
I never used it, but there were a couple like of the older paralegals that would use them for legal documents. Yeah. No, I'm not using a typewriter.
Oh, are we recording?
Yeah.
Sorry. Shocker.
You know, did you watch that TikTok that I sent you yesterday?
Yeah.
I sent Alicia a TikTok, and you know, sometimes you see TikToks and they, or like even like the Facebook Reels and all that, or even a video on YouTube, and it just like speaks to you. Yes. And it's like, oh my God, I feel like the universe sent that to me because I needed to hear that right now. So it's this guy, and he says something to the effect of, you know, the reason why you are wanting something so bad and desiring something so bad is because your future self already has it.
Bang, bang.
And man, I got the chills saying that right now, but I watched that video a couple times, and that really, really spoke to me. He was like, everything that you have ever wanted in your entire life that you have gotten, like, just think about that. Like,
yeah,
you have it already.
Your previous self really wanted it.
Yeah, and you have it. Now, obviously not everything. Like, some people are like, man, I really want to win the lottery. I want to win $1 billion. Like,
realistic
it doesn't
things.
Always realistic things. Yeah. Like achieving goals in life, like, you know, with your career or your family or this or that. Like, I remember really, really, really wanting a daughter. Like, so bad.
Yeah.
Painfully bad. And now I have her. And you know, I was thinking about it, and I was like, is this why we work so hard for this podcast? And we're like, man, we want this to do so well. Like, we want to get out there. We want to, like,
help people if we can.
Yeah, and do, like, live shows. And, like, I really, really want to get to the point where I can do this for a living. And it's like, I'm very passionate about true crime. I always have been. I feel like that's my true calling. I really do.
Calling?
It's my true calling. I don't know why I just said that like that. Y'all. Yeah. It's my true scheme.
Oh, yes. Scheme.
But like, with that being a calling, it's like, what do you even do with it? Like, do you become a detective? Like, no.
That'd be fun.
It really would, but I don't have it in me to do that. Like, to be a police officer for a while and then graduate to a detective, like, that's just never been a desire for me to be a police officer. Like, I'm not about that life. But I don't know. I love doing the true crime stuff, and I hope we can get to a point where we can just do this full time. I don't know.
No, I love it.
And not even become like rich or anything. Like, just be comfortable. Like, just so we don't have to work an office job or 9 to 5. Like,
we could do this and hopefully get stories out there that need some help or some exposure.
Yes. And speaking of, today I picked one of those stories. But first, welcome back to the Ghosty Girls podcast. I'm Christina.
I'm Alicia, but y'all should already know that. Unless you're new here, hi.
Yeah, if you're new here, hi.
Thanks for joining.
That's what Bailey says.
Hi.
If you're new here, hi.
See, I like, oh gosh, what? Sherilyn Dale. Do you watch her at all?
No, I don't.
She is from Canada.
Okay.
And I love watch. She is the cutest little thing.
You'll have to send me a link so I can check her out.
She's
just
like
podcaster?
Podcast.
Okay.
Well, YouTuber, podcaster. She's freaking adorable.
Okay. I'll check her out.
Love her. But she always says, hi, hello, welcome. Like, if you're new here, hi, hello, welcome.
Aww.
Like, in her cutest little voice. But yeah, I'll send you some stuff on her.
We're not awesome. Cute like that. We're just like, hi, fuck you.
Hey, thanks for listening. Sorry. In advance. Again.
Yeah, I actually, I reached out to someone who has ties to a murder case in Delaware that I would love to cover and also interview them. And she was like, you know, do you have a specific episode that you're very proud of? And I sent her the Krista Pike one because
that's a good one.
That's our #1 episode. And also, I I really feel like we shine when we talk about like parents losing their children.
Yeah.
Like just because
lot.
it's so like relatable to us, you know, and I feel like we just get very passionate about it. And we did in that episode.
Yeah.
But I hadn't listened to it like since I edited the episode. And I listened to the beginning and I was like, maybe I shouldn't have sent that to her because we said the word fuck like a minute in. And I was like, this is probably not a good look. But I did warn her, like, we insert humor where possible, but not at the expense of victims and their families.
Correct.
But
we try to keep it as light-hearted as possible.
Yes, because we are millennials.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a really fucked up, morbid sense of humor.
Actually, it's funny. I was working last night and one of my regulars that comes in, her name's Michelle. Hey, girl. Love her.
Hey, girl. Hey.
She's awesome. Didn't know that we had a podcast.
Aww.
So, but she's super into true crime.
Yeah.
And she's super into like paranormal and stuff. And we got to talk and I ignored half of my customers. I was like, oh shit, I got to go fill some drinks. But where was I going with this? My brain.
You need to be medicated. ADD meds.
I know.
Stat.
I know. Oh yeah. So I wrote down like all of our things for her where she could find us. And I warned her. I said, listen, if you're easily offended, maybe don't. Maybe don't. I said, because we cuss a lot. She goes, oh, girl, I said fuck in the 3rd grade. And the first thing my dad said when I got picked up was, why the fuck are you saying that? Or why the fuck are you cussing? And she just looked at him. And I was like, oh, you'll like us then, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. She'll be fine with us.
Yeah.
But
So,
I mean,
welcome.
we're not for everybody. And that's fine. That's fine.
No, it's not. Love us. We love you. We're just vulgar.
Love us, please. But as we were talking about a couple minutes ago, like we like to bring attention to cases that aren't mainstream, you know. And today's case, it's really going to frustrate you. It's a very, very frustrating case. I was looking for some local cases to cover, and I went down this rabbit hole of missing persons cases in Delaware.
Okay.
Now, you all know that I'm not a huge fan of covering cases that don't have a resolution. Mainly because it leaves a lot up for speculation, which I don't really like to do. I'm a facts girly. I like to have the facts in front of me. I don't like to assume anything because you know what they say about assuming. It makes an ass out of you and me.
Is that what they say?
Yes.
I'm just kidding. That's how you remember to spell it, though.
Yeah, right. However, this case just really spoke to me. It's one of those cases that I looked into and I was like, this needs to be told. This case needs more exposure. And honestly, as a native Delawarean, I'm really surprised that I've never heard of it. Like especially considering the fact that it's not far from here at all.
Okay.
It's not far. Now, I want to preface this by saying that there are not a lot of details available for this case. There's not a lot of newspaper articles or reports or podcasts. There's a couple that I listen to. But for the most part, this case just has never received the attention that it deserved. And the main reason for that is because this is the unsolved disappearance of a woman of color.
Oh, okay.
The media loves nothing more than a missing white woman.
Truth.
Specifically a young, pretty one. Think Gabby
Blonde.
Petito. Gabby Petito, Natalie Holloway, Elizabeth Smart, Lacey Peterson. This is commonly referred to as missing white woman syndrome. That's actually a thing with criminologists.
MWWS.
Yeah. Now, before anyone comes at me or gets their panties in a wad, I'm going to hit y'all with an example. Because anyone who knows me knows that I always come with receipts, right?
It's true. She does.
Yeah. According to Sarah Stein, who is one of the founders of the Center for the Resolution for Unresolved Crime, between the year 2011 and 2020, so in the span of just 9 years, 400 Indigenous women and girls have gone missing in Wyoming, which is the same state where Gabby Petito disappeared. These women have not received media attention, yet Gabby Petito's case was discussed on CNN 346 times in just 1 week.
Yep.
Let that sink in.
Gabby Petito,
We did.
too.
Just let that sink in for a minute.
That's crazy.
It's very crazy. And I'll throw in something that I thought about while I was researching this too. Pull any person off of the street, and I guarantee you that they could name at least 3 famous missing person cases that have involved white women.
Sherry Papini.
Then ask them to name 1 missing person case that has involved a woman of color.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. It's hard. And listen, I'm not saying all this to say that these white women don't deserve media attention when they go missing. Okay. But what I am saying is that all women deserve media attention when they go missing.
Even men too.
Men too.
Everyone deserves
a
chance to be found or a chance to...
Regardless of their skin color.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're a white person and this is hard to hear and it makes you a little uncomfy, good. That was my intention.
Boom.
Sit with the discomfort because change doesn't come from staying comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll climb down from my soapbox now. So
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you and goodbye. But also, I'm staying because we're going to get into the case.
I'm excited for this one.
Thanks.
I mean, I'm not excited, but
yeah,
Does that make sense?
You're eager to hear it.
I'm eager to hear it. My words are not wording today.
Today, we are going to talk about a woman named Nefertiri Trader, who was born on February 21st, 1981, and was lovingly referred to as Neffy by her friends and family. I know,
I love
it's not
that
cute.
name.
Family and friends described Neffy as fun, outgoing, and an all-around good person who lived life to the fullest.
Aww.
By the year 2014, Neffy was a 33-year-old mother of 3 who worked at Christiana Care as a housekeeper.
Oh.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, Christiana Care is a huge employer in our area. They're like a huge medical monopoly in the state of Delaware that owns hospitals, surgery centers, medical practices.
And they need to do a lot better. I'm just throwing that out there.
That's another episode.
Listen.
That's another episode.
That would be a 4-parter.
Don't even get me started. Okay.
They are terrible. Try to go private if you're in Delaware or independent.
The way they treat not only their staff, but their patients.
Ridiculous.
But I digress. So, yeah, Neffy worked at Christiana Care as a housekeeper, and she was actually doing so well at her position that she was working towards a promotion. However, in early June of 2014, Neffy was out of work on medical leave due to an undisclosed medical issue that had required surgery. And this becomes important later. Now, before we get into what allegedly happened the night of Neffy's disappearance, I just want to take a moment to talk about the neighborhood that she lived in. Neffy lived in a neighborhood called Saddlebrook, which is right off of Route 273 in Newcastle, Delaware. And it's essentially like a square cul-de-sac of duplexes / townhouses. There's one way in, there's one way out. It's just a big square, and in the middle, there's like a little like kids park. Saddlebrook was not known for being the best area, especially at night. And there's a few sketchy places in that vicinity. Like you have a 24-hour Walmart that's a little sketchy.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still there, but there was a bar or like a liquor store at one point that was called the Come On In, and it was C-U-M.
Yep. Come on in.
So, not trying to shit on the area, but it's important to understand that there could have been sketchy individuals in the area. That's all, I'm just going to leave it at that. On June 29th, 2014, around 3:30 a.m., Neffy got into her car and went to the nearby 7-Eleven. She purchased a pack of Newport cigarettes, 2 coffees, and a loaf of bread. She then drives home. Later that day, Neffy's mother, Denise Trader, tries to contact Neffy several times, but receives no answer. And this was odd to her because Neffy was very close with her mother, and they didn't go a single day without speaking. Like, usually most days they would speak several times a day.
Yeah.
They were best friends. Thinking that maybe Neffy returned to work early from her medical leave, she waited it out, thinking that, you know, maybe she returned to work early, she's doing a shift, whatever. By 6 p.m., she still hadn't heard from Neffy, and she was getting worried at this point. Now, reports differ depending on the source, but either Denise, the mom, went out to Neffy's house herself, or she had her nephew go to Neffy's house. Not really sure. Again, like, one major thing in this case is that the articles are all over the place in terms of the facts. Like, she was 33, but some articles actually like falsely claim that she was like 31. So it's really, really weird.
Yeah.
Really weird. And just sifting through all of the information and like verifying what was right and wrong was fucking hard. So
I'm sure.
I apologize in advance if I'm getting any of these details wrong, but this case is hard. I'm going to source all the links in the show notes so you guys can see where I pulled all my information from.
You're doing the best you can with the information that you were.
Kim, you're doing great, sweetie. But, you know, regardless of who went out to the house, it was a strange scene when they got there. Found on the porch was a pack of Newport cigarettes, which was the brand that Neffy smoked, 2 untouched coffees, and an unopened condom. Her flip-flops were lined up at the front door, and her car is gone. Neffy's mother immediately knew that something was not right, so she contacts the Newcastle County Police Department to report her daughter missing. Police officers come out, and Denise tells them that she had a conversation with Neffy the night before. They, I guess, were watching the BET Awards and, you know, talking about what was going on. And nothing seemed out of the ordinary during this conversation. Everything was fine. She, you know, didn't mention anything weird. Nothing. It was just normal. Officers then canvassed the area, and in speaking with one of Neffy's neighbors, they uncover some pretty disturbing information. Neffy's male neighbor states that he heard a woman scream outside around 4 a.m. that morning, and when he went to his window to go see what was going on, he saw Neffy being dragged to her car, a 2000 silver Acura, and was then thrown into the back seat by a man wearing a dark hoodie and tan shorts. He then told officers that the man took off in Neffy's car and he hadn't seen or heard anything since. And this part
that pisses me off.
It's baffling to me. The neighbor, despite seeing a woman being quote unquote dragged into her own car and thrown into the back seat, doesn't call the police.
That's not okay.
And this resulted in an almost 15-hour delay between the time Neffy was allegedly abducted and the time that she was reported missing to police. So yeah, had the man called the police to report what he saw, they may have been able to find her, but it is what it is at this point.
They literally could have been out following the car.
Correct.
I can't.
Yeah. And this neighbor actually told the police that he thought that maybe there was some type of medical emergency with Neffy and that she was being hauled off to the hospital, which makes no fucking sense. Why would someone drag someone? Listen, this part made me a little angry, but towards the end, I'll talk about the reasons why maybe he didn't call the police.
Okay.
Other than the description of the unidentified male's clothing, we have no other information. We don't know what race this man was. We don't know any distinguishing features, hairstyle, nothing. To this day, no one else has talked to police, and Neffy's car has never been recovered.
Are you serious?
Serious. Yup.
Good Lord.
So before I get into the theories behind Neffy's disappearance, and there's a few, I'm just going to go through some questions that I had when I read the facts of the case, because I had a lot of questions, which I'm sure you all do as well.
Yes.
And the first question I had was, Neffy had 3 children, so where were her children when all of this was going on?
Mm-hmm.
Her children were apparently ages 8, 12, and 18. Despite going through the articles, I can't really pin that information down specifically because everything is just all over the place. But one news article stated that 2 of her kids were home, the 2 older ones. Another website stated that it was just her son that was home. No idea.
Nobody knows.
And another article said that the son was home and that he actually heard a noise at 4 a.m., which would have been the time that his mom was thrown in the car. Mm-hmm. He came downstairs to check it out because he thought the sound was in the house. He saw nothing, went back upstairs, went back to sleep. So we don't know for sure. Another question that I have about this is, it was summertime, so they're not in school, but like if there were kids at the house, they didn't question why their mom was not there all day.
Yeah.
Couldn't find any information about that. My second question was, why did Neffy have 2 cups of coffee, right?
That is the first question I had.
Yeah. So it was confirmed that Neffy did indeed go to the 7-Eleven and purchased a loaf of bread, a pack of Newport cigarettes, and 2 cups of coffee. The store clerk verified that it was indeed Neffy and stated that she was a store regular, although she had never come to the store that early in the morning. So that was rare for her to come in at 4 a.m. The clerk didn't mention anyone was with Neffy, so we can only assume that she was by herself, but could somebody have been in the car with her and she just ran in to get the coffees and everything? Who knows? We don't know.
Or was someone meeting her there in the morning?
Yeah, we don't know. Interestingly, and I was really shocked by this. This part doesn't make sense to me, but apparently there was no surveillance footage available from the 7-Eleven. That makes no fucking sense to me.
That also pisses me off.
It was 2014. What do you mean there was no surveillance footage? What?
Yeah, that's weird.
It's very weird. But anyway, back to the coffee. According to Neffy's mother in an episode of the Vanished podcast, which I'll link in the show notes, Neffy would regularly have coffee in the morning with her daughter, so she believes that the coffee was intended for her daughter.
Okay.
However, other reports state that the daughter wasn't home that night. So again, we can't really confirm who this second coffee was for. Isn't that weird?
Yes.
And also, why would you get a coffee for your daughter at 4 a.m.? I don't understand this.
If she was planning on having a coffee with her daughter, or maybe even her son, like maybe it was just hey, I got home super late or super early, leave a note for her daughter. Hey, got this for you.
It was 3:30 in the morning, though.
I don't know.
Is that not weird? And it was summertime. Kids usually sleep in the summertime. I can't wrap my head around this.
She could have heated up the coffee. I don't know.
I guess.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to think.
I mean, did her daughter usually get up super early in the morning too? I don't know. Like, I thought maybe she had an adult child, but the kids were 8, 12, and 18. Some of the reports stated that the 18-year-old was the son. So that leaves an 8 and 12-year-old. You're up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning having coffee with your 8 or 12-year-old. Let's say the daughter was 18. Okay, I can't confirm it. Fine. Okay.
Yeah.
But still, like, I don't know. This bugs me.
Yeah. What was she doing up that early? She wasn't on her way home from work.
No, she was on medical leave.
Right.
This reminded me of the Susan Ledyard case that we covered like eons ago.
Yes.
That also happened in Delaware. She was the teacher that was found floating in the Brandywine River.
The Fitbit case.
The Fitbit case, exactly. And that's also an unsolved murder. But she went out really early in the morning, and she was a smoker. And one of the things that her family thought she might have gone out to get was cigarettes. So I can see how if you can't sleep in the middle of the night or early in the morning, and then you reach for a cigarette and you're like, fuck, I don't have any cigarettes left. And 7-Eleven was, I think they said it was like 6 or 7 minutes down the road from her house. She pops in her car, goes to 7-Eleven to get some cigs and a coffee. Okay. The 2 coffees fucks me up.
In my mind, she probably went to get cigarettes, and the coffees she was going to put in the fridge for her and her daughter when they both got up.
I guess.
In my mind, that's how I'm playing it.
Yeah. I mean, we can only speculate at this point. And that's one of the most frustrating things about this case. Another question that I had, why was the condom found at the scene? This has never been explained. No one knows how it got there, but I think it was one of 2 scenarios. People carry condoms in their purses, wallets, and pockets. Like, this is a normal thing, okay? Yeah. I think what probably happened is that the condom fell out of the perpetrator's pocket when he was abducting Neffy, or perhaps the condom fell out of her pocket, wallet, purse, whatever.
Did they test it for fingerprints?
That is another thing I looked into. No information.
Fuck's sake.
It was,
right.
I don't know if it was dusted for fingerprints.
Well,
I really fucking hope it should have been. Yeah. I mean, I hope it was, but we don't know. Some people have speculated that this indicated that the crime was sexually motivated and that perhaps someone had followed her home from 7-Eleven, approached her at her house. She turned them down or like tried to fight them off, and then a scuffle ensued. Some people have also said maybe a neighbor or someone was walking through the neighborhood and targeted her. Again, we don't fucking know. Nope. Another question I had. What happened to Neffy's phone? Neffy, remember, this was 2014, so she did have a cell phone. This cell phone was never recovered. But it is rumored from a couple sources that the phone was actually powered up a few times after her disappearance. So the rumor is that someone still has her phone. Investigators have not come forward with any information from her cell phone, so we don't know if anything was found on that either. Because you would think that if she had a visitor or if she was dating somebody or something, like if she was expecting somebody, hence the second coffee, I don't know.
Yeah.
You would think, it being 2014, that there would be some evidence on social media, like in Messenger or on her phone via text, whatever. I could not find anywhere where the phone pinged from. Again, this is just a rumor that somebody powered up her phone a couple times. Moving on with my questions. What was the relationship like with the father of Neffy's children? We don't know.
Okay.
No information's available. Was Neffy romantically involved with anyone at the time? Again, we don't know. No information is available. From what I could piece together from interviews with her family members, it doesn't seem like she was involved with anyone or dating anyone. But again, she was a single 33-year-old woman. She could have been talking to someone. Another question. Where is her car? I feel like it's super rare for a whole ass car to just disappear from existence. Like even in a kidnapping, murder situation, usually the car is found.
We need to call those divers.
That was my next point. There are bodies of water in the area.
Tons.
Yes.
We're on the coast.
Yes. So perhaps the car ran into a body of water.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe the car is in a storage facility. Maybe it was scrapped for parts. Maybe it was driven to another state. We don't know. But
even when they're scrapped, don't they have to keep a log of like VIN numbers and stuff? Like
probably not on every part.
Oh.
And like, what if it was like something like on the fly? Like somebody was just like, here, you can have this car. Like just sell the parts. And like, how would you know?
You wouldn't. Damn it.
I know.
We got to call the divers.
Yeah.
Let's get this episode up and send it to them and ask for help.
Yeah. I want to know where her car is.
I want to know where she is.
Oh, that
do we
too.
know?
No.
Oh, for fuck's
Nope.
sake.
Now, another thing to think about when it comes to the car is how would someone be able to take her car and then flee the scene of where they dumped it on foot, right?
Yeah.
Well, one thing to keep in mind is that Route 273 is lined with bus stops. So it wouldn't be that far-fetched to think that maybe the person was able to dump the car and then get out of the area by way of bus, right? That could also explain how the person got to her neighborhood in the first place. Because if they didn't walk there, they would have had to have been transported there, right?
Yep. I can't.
Yeah, this whole thing is, it's like a mind fuck. Another scenario that I have considered, I didn't really see this in any of like, I read a couple Reddit threads of people with their theories, and I didn't really see anything alluding to this, but what if more than one person was involved? Like, what if there were two men? What if there was a man driving a car? They were like waiting for her in the neighborhood.
Or a woman.
Yeah, you never know. And one of them, obviously who was seen was a man. So the man got out of the car, took Neffy, then left with her car. And then the other person in the other car followed behind. Then they could have dumped Neffy's car, and then they would have had a means to flee the area. Unfortunately, the neighbor never stated that he saw another car. So we don't know. But he's not the most reliable witness. And speaking of the neighbor, let's get into theories about what happened to Neffy. Probably the most popular theory is that the neighbor had something to do with it. One thing that's very important to remember is he is the only reason why we think she was abducted. He's the only reason. I mean, who's to say that she didn't get into her car and leave and then something happened to her after that? The only the only reason that we have to believe that she was abducted is this one neighbor. That's it. It's no surprise that people have side-eyed this neighbor since the first day of the investigation. Even Neffy's own mother has stated in an interview that she believes that the neighbor either knows more than he's admitting to or that he was straight up involved. And the reason that she has said this is because the neighbor's story has changed a couple of times. He told investigators that he heard a scream and then went out to the window. Then he told them that he actually didn't hear a scream and that he was really awoken by a light shining into his window, which I guess was a car light. He also, through the years, has kind of made a point to smear Neffy's reputation and has stated that the reason that he didn't call the police was that there was always riffraff and shady shit going on in that house. And he's even said that Neffy was selling cocaine. Neffy's mother denies this and states that she even lived with her daughter for a time before. Can't talk today.
You sounded like Dolly Parton.
I know.
For a time before.
For a time before. Neffy's mother denies this claim and states that she even lived with her daughter for a time before the abduction and that there was nothing of the sort going on. Apparently, Neffy's adult male cousin also lived in the house and he says that nothing was going on either. So I don't know why this man would make all of this up.
Yeah.
We don't know. So, yeah, Neffy's own mother has gone on the record a couple of times stating that she believes that the neighbor knows something or had something to do with it. And I have to admit that when I began doing preliminary research for this episode, I believed the same thing. I thought that this neighbor was shady as shit. This guy didn't call the police. He's changed his story. He's gone out of his way to tarnish her reputation. But the more I deep dove into this, the more I became convinced that this neighbor actually had nothing to do with it. And here's why I think that. One thing that a lot of the podcast episodes that I listened to in preparation for this episode, one thing that they all failed to mention was that in February of 2014, just 4 months before Neffy's disappearance, she was actually witness to her friend being attacked. According to Delaware Online, Neffy had gone to a club with her friend, and I don't want to butcher this name, I'm sorry, but it's either Radee or Radee. It's Radee, Prince. And from now on, I'm just going to refer to him by his last name of Prince. And while she was sitting in the car with this man outside of the club, a group of men pulled Prince out of the car and jumped him. Neffy is even listed on the actual police report and gave her eyewitness account of what she saw. And she says that she saw 5 or 6 black men pulling Prince out of the car and attacking him, although she did say that she couldn't see that much of the attack because they pulled him out towards the back of her car, and obviously she was in the front seat of her car. And this attack was so bad that actually, like, Prince had a huge gash in his head. Oh. He ended up with a scar. Yeah. Neffy apparently was scheduled to testify at a court hearing as a result of the attack, but went missing right before the hearing.
Oh, for shit's sake.
Making this theory all the more interesting is that in 2017, 3 years after Neffy went missing, her friend Prince, the one that she was in the car with that got attacked, was arrested in Maryland after a mass shooting in which he shot 5 of his coworkers, killing 3 of them.
What?
Yep. On the witness stand, Prince testified in his own defense, stating that the attack at the club in 2014, the one that was with Neffy, was the catalyst for his descent into mental illness and paranoia. 2 of the men who were allegedly involved in this beating outside of the club have been shot and killed. While he was on the stand, Prince was asked if Nefertiri Trader had been involved in his attack in 2014, meaning like did he think that she was involved, like set him up, whatever. His response was, quote, "I have no idea." Is that not weird?
That's weird.
Now, Prince's own fiance testified that Prince had become extremely paranoid after the 2014 attack. So who's to say that maybe in Prince's mind, he was like, he had all this paranoia. Maybe he came to the conclusion that Neffy set him up and arranged to have him there so that this gang of men could pull him out of her car and beat him up.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Again, speculation.
I don't love it.
I don't either. The brains of people suffering from extreme paranoia will go to great lengths to concoct all kinds of conspiracies and scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what this man was thinking? He was proven to have severe mental illness. So.
Well, he shot up his workplace.
Correct.
So.
Yeah. Regardless, pretty much everyone who was thought to be involved in the attack on Prince is now dead.
Okay.
Yep. Prince was found guilty in October of 2020 and was sentenced to 3 consecutive life sentences. So at least he's where he needs to be and he can't harm anyone else. As of today, in 2025, Neffy's case remains open, although investigators have admitted that they have no strong leads, and they actually attribute this to the street code of silence. See something, say nothing.
Yeah.
Neffy's family also believes that there are more witnesses out there and that there are more people with information, but that they're refusing to speak to police. People still point out the fact that the neighbor was sketchy, especially in the fact that he didn't call the police. But what you have to understand is that it's not uncommon for people to not want to get involved, especially in places that are a little sketchy.
Yeah.
This isn't the best area. A lot of times people see things, they don't want to get involved. It's not uncommon for people to not want to speak to police.
Yeah.
And I'm sure this guy was probably scared that he would get dragged into this and that, I don't know, maybe he would be the next one to get pulled into a car and driven off. Like, we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And this really makes sense if you take into account the fact that he believed that there was some shady shit going on in that house. I'm not saying that there was, but if he believed that, he might have been like, if this chick is selling drugs, I don't want any parts of this.
Yeah.
Fuck this. I don't know. I really think that he just flat out didn't want to be a snitch. He didn't want to involve himself. I personally, and this again is just speculation. What do I know? I'm just some bitch,
Some bitch.
I think that the most likely scenario is that the club altercation the previous winter, I think that was the catalyst for what happened. I don't know if it was her friend Prince who did this. It could have been a member of the group of the men that beat him up. Like, she was going to appear in court.
That's kind of what I think.
Yeah, who's to say that they didn't want to eliminate her? But either way, I firmly believe that it's connected to this event at the club. I really do. It's just way too convenient that Neffy went missing a literal 4 months after this altercation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's one of those situations where Neffy was just connected to a bad group of people and she was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
And realistically, that can happen to any of us. Sometimes we don't know who we're friends with.
Right.
And maybe she did know that he was into shady shit. That doesn't make her a bad person, It was her friend.
Listen, I don't even know what I want to say here. Just
this
like
one.
I don't even have. I mean, I say this every episode. I don't have words.
This one's frustrating.
It is
so frustrating. Neffy's family are still desperately searching for answers. And if you're from the area, I would say even like the Philly area, Maryland, Delaware, if you know anything about the abduction of Nefertiri Trader, please contact the Newcastle County Police Department at 302-395-2781. Nefertiri Trader is described as being 5'6", 125 pounds, and was last seen wearing a pink sweatsuit. She has brown hair, brown eyes, pierced ears, and tattoos on her left arm, right chest, and lower back. She also has a distinguishing scar on her left leg. She was last seen in the backseat of her silver 2000 Acura RL with Delaware license plate number 404893. There is a reward from both the Newcastle County Police Department and the FBI, because the FBI is involved in this.
Okay.
And the reward totals $30,000 for any information that would lead to an arrest. And that's all we know.
Well, I hate it.
I know. And it's so fucking close to here. It's so close to here.
Well, now I want to like get involved and try to help. Like, what can we do to help?
I don't know what can be done to help. I'll have to think about that. One comment that I read on a Reddit thread is that people close to Neffy think that it may have been connected to someone who could have taken her like into the Philly area.
How is her mental health? Do we know?
How's her mental health?
Yeah.
Couldn't find anything either way.
Because it's even a possibility that, and I don't want to even like put this out there for speculation, but I'm going to because you need to.
All you can do is speculate.
Like,
yeah.
What if she set this up herself and just needed to get out?
Who knows?
What if the whole Prince thing was something way bigger than we know, and now she's in protective custody? Like we don't know.
It could have been. And like I said before, the only reason that we are assuming, because we are assuming, there's no surveillance footage of Neffy being dragged into her car and thrown into the backseat. The only reason that we can assume this is from one neighbor.
Right.
That's it. No one else saw anything.
Anyone in the neighborhood have any kind of security cameras? Was that even looked into?
It was, and apparently one of the neighbors had a security camera, but it was not on that night. Yeah.
I mean, do people just turn their security cameras off? Like, I have never turned my security cameras off.
The only thing I can think is sometimes like people have security systems that like need to be charged. So maybe it wasn't charged. Maybe it was offline.
Or it only goes off with certain motion or certain areas. I get that.
Yeah.
But like,
guys, leave your security cameras on.
Charge your shit. You never know.
I still can't get over the fact that there's no surveillance footage from 7-Eleven.
Yeah, that's odd.
What the fuck? 7-Elevens always have surveillance because they steady getting robbed. Come on.
I mean, yeah.
7-Elevens get robbed. They be getting robbed.
They be getting robbed.
We know that.
24-hour hot dogs.
And Slurps.
Oh, the Slurps. I forgot about them.
The Slurps, yeah.
Slurpees
I love
are like
a Slurpee.
Cloudy slushies.
Oh, they're so good.
They're so good.
There's just something about a 7-Eleven Slurpee that just hits different than a regular slushie.
It does. Because it's like fluffy. It's like a fluffy slushy.
It's like they put crack in it too.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me.
No. Kind of like Starbucks. I feel like they put crack in their stuff.
Yes. Well. They absolutely do.
Yeah. Starbucks, don't sue us.
But yeah, this is so fucking frustrating. I don't even know what to say about it. I'm not even confident that it'll ever be solved, to be honest with you, because I think what it's going to take is for someone to talk. And there's either the people that are involved are dead or they go by the code of the streets. They're not going to talk.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to do some sleuthing myself, but nobody's going to talk to us. But if someone out there is, knows anything and is willing.
Yeah, hit us up because I would love to do a follow-up on this. Like,
yeah, you can absolutely call us anonymously. I mean, I don't think you can call us, but send us an email.
The fact that people just go missing and are never seen again is so scary.
Could she how do I want to say this? Could she have been taken for trafficking?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Now, regarding her leaving willingly, like her family has stated that she would never leave her children, which every family says that.
Yeah.
Do I think she would leave her children? No, I don't. I don't think as a mother she would leave her children.
Well, if she had coffee with her daughter every single day.
Also, I just want to make a point here, and I know this is really frivolous, but anyone who smokes, you know what I'm talking about. People don't leave without their cigs.
Yeah. Willingly. They don't leave willingly.
Correct. She went out to go get cigarettes. Her cigarettes were left on the porch. Come on.
Yeah.
I think that alone tells us that she didn't leave there willingly. She would have brought her cigarettes.
100%. And probably would have drinking her coffee or taken it with her. Drinking. Either way.
Same thing.
Drunk. She would have done drunk that coffee.
I don't know. I think it was targeted, and I think it had something to do with that club incident.
I don't know.
It could have been random. I don't think that was random. What would the point be? Like some just stranger like walking through the neighborhood at 4 a.m. just sees this chick and puts her in the backseat of her car?
I think it was someone that knew her.
It had to have been. It just doesn't. I don't know.
I don't know either because that wasn't her.
It wasn't her normal schedule.
That was
her routine.
Yes.
It wasn't her normal routine. That is true. Yeah. That is true.
So, I mean, it could have just been random. You know, if somebody saw the opportunity and thought, hey, I'm going to steal her and her car. But again,
maybe they wanted to steal her car and she like tried to fight them off.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It's so, this is so frustrating. I got to stop thinking about it for a little bit because my head is spinning. I don't know. Leave your thoughts in the comments. What do you think happened to her?
I don't know.
I want to hear people's theories.
So I've been doing some research on Amy Bradley. Like I want to cover her too.
Yeah. She fell.
You think she fell?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't. I do think she's like trafficked somewhere.
Well, we'll do an episode on that and you can tell me why you think that and I'll tell you why I think that she didn't.
Because her flip-flops?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
No, there's other reasons why I think that she fell.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
But yeah, continue. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
I'm going to take a
little Starbucks brag.
Yeah.
No, I think more people are kidnapped and put into trafficking than we realize. And Delaware being so close to Baltimore, DC, Philadelphia, like those hubs, you know, we're like a gateway state. I think a lot of things come through here more so than we realize.
Could be, but is it normal to traffic 33-year-old women? I feel like they usually go for younger women, right?
I think any woman, honestly. Like, I think typically they would love to have younger women, but at the same time, if there's a client that says, I want a specific type, they're going to try to find that type. Right? I mean, I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't want to know how it works, but I'm just throwing it out there because
anything's possible. Yeah. We know fuck all about this case. So, and the one major piece of, like the one key piece of evidence that we know is from an unreliable eyewitness.
Yeah.
Take that for what it's worth. So.
I would love to know more, and I would love to see this case solved.
Yeah, this is going to bother me, and it really pissed me off that I had never heard of it before. And looking at pictures of her, she looks so fucking familiar. But there was one specific picture where I was like, I feel like I know her.
Does look familiar, and I don't know if it's from the missing photo page. I mean, if she worked at the hospital,
it was this picture. And this wasn't the picture that was like put up on the billboards and stuff. This case bothers me so fucking much. It really, it upsets me. Like I feel like I want to cry. Like
she's very pretty.
And I feel bad for her kids. Her kids and her mom deserve to know what happened to her. All right. I got to end this episode because I'm starting to get upset, but
I know.
Hope you guys enjoyed your Halloween last week.
Yes. We could throw some positivity back in here.
Yeah, because this is, I don't know. It just really fucking bothers me.
Guys, let's help find her. Share this episode. Let's help find her. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Or don't share the episode. Just share the missing I'm not trying to get extra views or anything on somebody else's misfortune.
Oh yeah, no.
Go to
But maybe because there's other podcast episodes that didn't have some of this information in them.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe there's some information that people haven't heard before that they'll hear from this, because I pieced everything together and added everything I could find into, one podcast episode. But there are episodes that don't even mention that club altercation. And I feel like that's really important. That's a really big piece.
Well, especially because he went off his rocker.
He's in prison for murdering people.
Right.
And
more than one person.
More than one, yeah. And his fiance testified that he essentially went mad after that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's too important to not talk about. So that's why I added that in. But I don't know if anyone knows anything. Again,
I don't know if I know you just told me to go here, but
yeah.
If you'd like more information on just her in general, it's the Charley, CHARLEY project.org.
Yeah, that's like the big website that houses all the information for missing persons.
Yeah, and then just type in her name, Nefertiri Trader, Trader.
Yeah, get the word out. Let's get this case rolling again.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, well, I hope you guys have a good day.
Yeah, I feel like we need a dad joke.
If you see something, say something. As I always say.
If you know something, say something. Don't be a little bitch.
No, seriously though. Seriously.
I mean, I understand it's street code, but this is
it's someone's fucking
daughter,
life.
It's someone's mother. It's a friend. It's like, I understand street code, but I also understand community, and I also understand family, and I
don't know. I just think of her mom and just knowing she doesn't know what happened to her daughter.
I wouldn't.
I would rather know that my daughter was not alive anymore. But the not knowing is so much worse. It's
terrifying. I can't. I don't want to think about it because I will go into a full mental breakdown.
Yeah. All right. Do a dad joke because I'm getting anxiety.
Let me find one. Why was Cinderella so bad at soccer?
Why?
She kept running away from the ball. Stupid.
Oh, yeah. Cinderella ball. Okay, I get it now. It took me a minute. Sorry, my dog's clangety-clacking in the background.
Clang. Where do polar bears keep their money?
I don't know.
In a snowbank.
Oh, my God. All right. Hope you guys have a good day. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Don't be one.
Bye.
Bye.